Yeah, we back. I see where I'm at with it. Yeah, parlay with it. It's all right. Welcome back to the Will This podcast. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing? Yeah, I got to use my mic because I haven't. My mic stand hasn't came in yet, so we got to deal with what we got to deal with. I'm back. Yeah, check it out, man. We got a new show for y'all tonight, and I'm not. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm trying not to get too technical with everybody because I've been told I've been a little too technical. So I'm gonna try to ease up a little bit with with my communication tonight. Let me try it. Okay, here we go. All right, check this out, y'all. This show tonight is called Unmasking the Race Science. The race science of today. You see it on display all motherfucking day with Trump and amongst other people. Hell, the whole damn country. Especially when it comes to government between the two parties. The ridiculous two-party system that we have is absolutely absurd. Let's just call it. Let's just call it two houses of sycophants. Yeah, goddamn politics, multiple bloodsuckers. Yeah, that's politicians, multiple bloodsuckers. Suck money from you, and then they participate in all of the most rotten shit like insider trade, and they are the worst. And they run the country, So we got a house of multiple bloodsuckers. You know what I'm saying, from both parties. And then you look at these equations as far as like they want to make you or make it perceived to be that they give a shit about us. And we know that. We know that's just not true. We know these things specifically. It's because of how you behave. And like I say, this world is changing and things are gonna be renewed again. People think the world is ending. No, no, no. It's going through a transformation. So we're gonna unmask the race science of today. It's going to help you all because it's going to help you see how rhetorical and ridiculous being a white supremacist is, as well as even co-signing and acting as if that's some shit you should do. All right, check it out. But enduring the echoes of pseudoscience. See, you have to understand in the higher institutions of places like Harvard, MIT, the Stanfords, they study higher sciences. They just leave the melanin part out to make white people feel good about themselves. See, when you don't add every intricate detail when you're pursuing learning something, then I guess you're going to leave a whole lot of shit out. And most of the time, with some people that know the truth, that makes them far more diabolically racist, angry, and specifically and habitually always trying to act as if somebody did some shit to you. Anybody did nothing to you. You just like behaving as such because it makes you feel better. It gives you a perpetual state of victimhood. And some people like that because that's why they have these such snappy comebacks about frivolous bullshit, just stupidity. Yeah, I mean, think about it. When you spend time and you actually start learning what melanin is, right? People use that word. Why are people black and why we don't get sunburned? And some black people, I get sunburned. I've never been sunburned a day in my fucking life. Especially when you put the proper, not sunblock, but when you have the proper elements in your skin to where all you have to do is apply what protection like lotion and keep your skin moisturized. And I also drink water. See, have my skin peeled before? Yeah, I was fucking dehydrated, drunk, going to the pool and shit like that. My younger days, shit like that. But when you get older, you learn to hydrate, take care of yourself, and those things go away. You also have to always practice maintenance on yourself. Please and understand and believe that. But that's just for people with melanin in their skin. We're not losing track of just showing you, the variables of how, this jealousy actually comes up and sits in the pit of their stomach. Because, when you put pseudoscience and Darwin and all of these different stupid theories in place, and what you really don't want to admit is that, pale complexion comes from, you know, albinism that is produced only by black people. But see, I think people don't realize that whites have been through ethnogenesis as well. I don't think you guys understand that. I think you don't quite get it. So what that divide is, it produces what these other races that identify with white. When we talk like Cubans and Mexicans, basically uh, people with lighter tones of melanin than black people, but they got straighter hair. So they say, and it's literally predicated upon a physical appearance. It's just that damn simple. It's just that damn simple. It's a physical appearance. That's how that's how simple you can really equate it to. It has nothing to do with them. They just want to be some. They're new, so they want to discover in their new ways of being in themselves, the hybrids of the world, and there are an array of them. Hell, you can really call all of us hybrids. It's just that when you're associated with a darker melanated complexion, you're closer to original than everybody else. Plain and simple. It's not a that equation is not something to boast about or get mad about or angry about. It's just the truth. So the thing is, we're going to stay on cue. When you have displayed an immense amount of talents, uh, a godly nature, and I don't know who some of you people associate yourselves with, because I keep hearing people say things like, black people are this, and I don't know the kind of people you know I'm talking about. I know people that have been through uh, severe circumstances in life and have made and created the most like extraordinary ways of being a learned being, a developed person. You put people in you incarcerate black people. And you want to say that they stay in jail? No, I know plenty of black men. AE is one of them that have been incarcerated and have reinvented themselves, revamped their minds, revamped their hearts. I've never been incarcerated, but I was in the military. Some people say there's an equivalence. I don't really. Nah, there are some similarities, but there's no equivalences there. Simply because in the military you still have your freedoms to a degree, but you have to what you call maintain and kind of balance you gotta govern yourself quite well. You understand what I'm saying? So, but when it comes to orders, when it comes to everybody got a decision you can make. You can you can take your orders and actually pursue, which is what you should do. Or you can buck the system. And when you buck the system, man, that shit ain't gonna go good for you. So any of you young fellas thinking about joining the military, understand your mindset, your attitude, and all that will help you be successful. If you go to try to buck the system and shit like that, you're gonna have a hard fucking time. I'm just letting you know. That's just the truth. But Black men and women can survive and have proven to be able to survive any circumstances that any other type of people have tried to even implement upon us. We still survive. So that's quite uh, that's quite godly within itself to be able to survive. And so you also have to get back to the how we were able to survive. It's just the see the thing is when you have people that have literally and particularly have been pressured from the globe, not just by white Americans that exist here, as we now know, you have been pressed by the globe, meaning the immigrants that come here to take, right? I've said this before on the show. They come here to gain success, a new way of life. But you can also equate that with a person that runs away from your runner, you run away from your problems. Or maybe you created problems that you had to run away from. Maybe you got involved in some cartel type of shit, needed asylum, but didn't you get involved or were you forced to? Nobody knows your real story. And that's why it's extremely hard for Black Americans to really, take some people seriously because what you do is you come here with a new identity. Nobody even knows that's your name. Where did we learn that? Hell, George Santos. Shit, there's plenty of George Santos. They just ain't running for Congress out this month. They got different names. You don't know who they are for real, and that's concerning. And that goes for all of it. Look at Donald Trump, President of the United States. Trump is not in this. It's like dump, dump, dump. A DRUMPF. Dump. That's his actual name. His name ain't even real. Okay, and let's get the ex Clippers owners, Donald Sterling, when his real name was Donald Tokowitz. You know what I'm saying? Like they just let's take Netanyahu. That's not his name either. Netanyahu is not his name. He's a Polish guy. His name is something with a Witz too. Something Witz. So it's people escaping their identities, clinging on to newer or constructed identities or stolen identities, shall we say? And they propagate their message or their what you would call ideological perspective, and they add historical connotation. They add all these different events, and they formulate the historical um, commentary, and they propagate it across the world, threatening people not to expose, not to talk bad about them, or they'll come at your ass full force. Yeah, they'll beat your dough down with propaganda and propagating you to be a villain, and they're always the victim. They're always the victim. These things always happen to me. Woe is me. Oh God, they're doing it again. We must. What you gonna do? What you really do is you become extremely violent. You blackball, you kill, you destroy, annihilate, deceive, and you're also the victim at the same goddamn time. That's crazy. That's not good math. This shit is bizarre. And then once the you're exposed corruptions, you're like, oh yeah, fuck it, I did it, yeah, and I'm gonna do it again too. That's basically how you. That's how you continue to propagate. You don't give a shit then. And then you have people that like what Nick Winters, his pissed off ass. What he say? He said, basically, fuck Candace Owens. She's just a tool. Well, you gotta love when they tell the truth, though. Basically, I'm done with all you tools. I'm done with all you, you a DEI hires. Oh my God, this dude is crazy as hell, man. I'm like, goddamn. He's been expelled off every platform, but he can't help his antics because he has nothing. But he got a lot of truth for the motherfucker. Well, he got a lot of truth for everybody, for all the people that he feel like cut his balls off. Man, I'm telling you, boy, it's some weird shit going on over there in the MAGA world. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know which way to go. You got some people still like, I want the Epstein files. But you see, these are the biggest thugs and criminals on the planet. Remember January 6th? See how we get amnesia? You had goddamn crystal meth uh, addicts behaving like monkeys. Monkeys, literally. Hanging, climbing. Did you see they dental work though? Like their whole shit was ate out. You know, you can tell they crackheads and crystal meth addicts. They just, hey, come here. I mean, even if you look around here, in Georgia, right everywhere you see these big old ass, mansions and Buford, there's a trailer park shit a few yards away. They live in this. They do live in the same community. They do take care of their family. But when you drive out there, you're gonna see nice houses, and across from there, you're gonna see nice houses and trailer parks in the same damn neighborhood, lot to lot. That shit is all over the spots in Georgia because they don't throw their people out. Hell no, they have little Sally Lynn over there working for him, and if he liked the way she looked, if she grow up, there's incest. Yeah, she getting poked. You know what I'm saying? You know how to get down, man. I'm telling you. Like when you talking lawlessness. See, it's a whole science behind just lying and covering up shit. You see what I'm saying? So when you have immigrants that come here and want to play that same game, that's how they get basically. And then let's talk about the blacks that do it too. Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about you black execs. If you just look at the tone of it all, everybody from the late '90s, the rap execs, I'm talking about the infamous ones. Pac is dead, Suge in jail, Puffy in jail. You see how they was going after each other? You know what I'm saying? To pit against each other, and also that shit took place physically in the United States. So, but who's really running their record labels? They are offshoots. They're third parties. Bad Boy Records is a third party of, you know, the big boy. Is his daddy, his lover. So they all got, these humiliation type of tactics when you deal with them. You have to side with them. That's period. I mean, look at how rich little baby done got, and he's now dressed like a punk rocker from the '80s. With halter tops and thigh tattoos. I talked about that before too, which I ain't got none. Love little baby music, man, but that shit is weird. It really is some weird shit. I mean, it's weird. It's the contradictions. It's the always making sure you are in a humiliated state so that you have to really just kind of prance around why, excuse me, you have been infiltrated, literally. So you have to think about who you want to, deal with. And I'm not telling you that every relationship that you deal with other races, and I'm talking about all races, you just have to find people that are genuine. You have to find people that are, constructive. You have to find like mindedness. And that shit goes without color. I'm being specifically serious. You think about Pan Africanism and how we, I can't speak for uh, everybody, but I can tell you I have been nothing but, shit. I've embraced my melanin as well as foreigners with melanin. And the reason why I do that because I don't judge people by where you're from and who I know you of or what they say about your culture. None of those things. I judge you from the individual that you are. I told you we all share DNA globally. I mean, so you can't expect or even think as if, some things are just so damn black and white, especially when we have a lot of grays. The grays, who are the grays? The people that are ambiguous. That are ambiguous, they'll tell you, no, no, they lie. They see the shit. It's just a fuck. They identify as white. They can even be uh, a darker melanated complexion. They still want to get that white badge when they come over here. That's like a goddamn free lunch ticket, man. Shit, and then more. Elevated lunch pass for degradation, annihilation, and replacement. That's basically what they do. That's how they get out. So I really would like y'all to study the works of Nearly Fuller Jr. He breaks down with the compensatory code system construct about how race, yeah, you don't bring up race. A white person will tell you, white man will tell you, why is everything about race? I didn't make it this way. You created it. You actually constructed and orchestrated and invent. That's one thing you invented was, yeah, race. You invented that shit. Yeah. You invented that so that you could put yourself, literally, when you invented it, you put yourself at the top of the food chain knowing damn well that's not your place. Why do you think the world is a fucking shambles? Now, this is under your leadership. This is the Iceman's Inheritance. Check that book out too. Damn, do I have? Yeah, it's upstairs. We're gonna do another. I promised a part two. When I first came out, we'll do a part three because Dr. AE and y'all got to. Yeah, I ain't doing. Check the show out, Iceman's Inheritance. We check that show out. If you go to Google Willis Podcast, type in Iceman's Inheritance. It'll be a part one and part two. We've covered ground on that, so I'm gonna let that sit with you right there for a minute from now. So just go check that show out when you get time. Also, uh, check this out. So you have Democrats upset at black ICE soldiers. How see you just you boy, you people here, man, I tell you, men need jobs. Black men, they got jobs and hey, I hope you understand these people are illegal. I don't have anything against immigrants. Just do it the right way. But you're illegal. So, I mean, you got every pass out of here not to be handcuffed or nothing, but you want to hold on to something again that you didn't care to do the right thing to protect. And that was your place here. So I don't talk down and bad. I'm just telling you what you specifically did not do. That's your fault. See, I understand I got a lot of shit to work on within myself. But one thing I cannot be is a liar and a procrastinator. I like to do what I do. And I find pleasure in making sure I do what I do well. So that when I'm communicating, when I'm being actual and factual, I hope you're receptive. Because a lot of people won't accept fact. They will accept their fucking opinions all day and won't give a shit about what a fact is. That's where problems lie. Thousands of years we have relied on factual equations and connotations in order to move and pivot forward. That way we can accept things and find something else to, uh, I guess, fucking argue about or debate about to come to a conclusion. See, people want to debate, but you have to be careful with who you debate because debates don't become debates anymore. They become teaching lessons or sessions, teaching sessions or lessons. That's all they can become. Because if you don't have the G2, if you don't have the intellect to keep up, what are we communicating for? And why are we doing this? If you don't have the sense of the principalities to understand how we can actually get to a conclusion, and see, that's the problem. People want to lie, invent, and create shit or add elements that are not true and would consider that, oh, you just don't want to, oh, I can debate your ass off and whatever, but you have to have ethics, a code of ethics with everything, and morality with it. Other than that, I cannot debate you because it's just ill will. It's false pretenses. It's bullshit. It's you just want to aggravate. You see what I'm saying? 'Cause that's what it all becomes. That's what it all will boil down to in the end. So when you come to race science, you hate the fact that you got this little play card that it just gets noticed everywhere. Everybody has, you got how many, how many Kenyans and goddamn Ghanaians and Sierra Leone. I mean, so many countries and people in these countries in Africa that strictly make American content. Strictly talking about race science. Basically, that's all they talk about. They're studying the science of race currently as we speak right now. They study it. They have a whole type of uh, hankering for studying American relationships. They have a hankering for studying everybody's relationship with Black Americans. And then in the same breath, you have another side of Afro Africans and Afro Caribs and Afro Caribbean and South Americans, and you know they show a shit ton of disdain. Not all, because I have plenty of friends here in the Americas they're not tellers. They appreciate and they're proud of their homelands and they accept a lot of what I have to say because it's the truth. When you have references, again, when you have oral tradition, references, archaeological, geographical, and those type of fundamental truths and proofs, and what the fuck else do you have? What else you want to fucking argue about? See, that's the whole thing. A lot of people want to argue about where people are from, and you don't even know where the fuck you really from. Do a DNA test, bitch. You do one. That's so how confused your ass is for real and still. Because chronology is motherfucker, and history is too. And if you don't know nothing about either, you're just a damn fool. Your ignorance shows when you refuse to learn and you get angry and upset and you start acting like a child and you like to hurl insults and all this old raggedy shit that you like to do. And that's fine, man. I don't give a I give two shits. I give two shakes of a fat rat's ass. I give two shits. I give two shits. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference in my life. When you have the power of knowledge of knowing yourself, all you can do is educate, teach, and show people how to gain that same appreciation for themselves that you have for yourself. So you just sometimes have to keep it simple, stupid. For people with that does not have the capacity or the wherewithal to understand how everything's just not what the fuck you think. Shit get debunked every day for the most part, especially with the premises and the layout that the European gave us. I'm not saying all of their knowledge is, Yeah, all of us plagiarized. I found a book. I picked it up. I interpreted it simply because I was taught this and I carried it on in my image. It's not new under the sun, remember? As above, so below. It's Ecclesiastes for you Bible thumpers. Yeah. So the reason why I don't encourage people not to be who they are, even now today, is because this is your starting point to learn who you truly are or what you're really capable of. You should start studying the science of mastery of self. Again, it's not arrogant. It's how you take care of yourself better. It's how you orchestrate yourself better. And it's how you have a closer relationship spiritually with the unseen. So check it out. That's your show tonight. Yeah, the Unmaking. Oh man, race science. If you knew how much effort was put into you not knowing and discovering you as a melanated being, person, and even lighter melanated beings. See, melanin it's melanin. It just sounds more dense. But I guarantee you, if you learn the ways, the true proper elements of spirituality, learning to love and how to take care of yourself without being a predator or indignifying anyone else, then you're on the right path. But when you get on a tangent of indignifying, destroying, perpetuating hate, and being destructive, what you're really doing is digging a hole for yourself. That's the show tonight, and I hope you enjoyed yourself as I have. So, check it out. Race science isn't real, it's a creation. For some to dominate over the indigenous and the original. Find out who you truly are and walk into your true power and your true nature. You will enjoy it. You will identify yourself better. You will get more accomplished. And you will be more appeasing to your progress of self. Again, that's the show tonight. And you notice my favorite part. The will is